And namaskaram everyone. So this is one more live session. The one of the reason why I wanted to conduct this live session is of course there are two main reasons. One thing is about the upcoming Yatras. As you know, for whatever reason, we have now gone international and we are conducting Yatras in United States, which is going to take place very soon. Just to bring some Yatra culture. And fortunately, I've actually found a few of the meditators here, who are very willing and making this happen, because I'm really new to this country, and then I don't have much of experience on taking care of the logistics and everything. And this is one place we have to be very very sensitive in terms of many things, because it's a huge country, and it's there are 50 different countries in the same place. So it's quite tricky. People are living in 3 different time zones, and sometimes it's quite tricky with managing a lot of things. But yeah, so we are now here, and then we just need to make the best out of what we have. But before that, I just want to speak a little bit about the integrity. So why I want to talk about the integrity is integrity is necessary not only to become successful in spiritual life, but also in materialistic domain and everything. Okay, actually, there's no difference between the spiritual and material life. It is just the mind that has actually divided the entire your life into 2 different halves. That is why there's a struggle. So if you see both as one, then there's no issue. Okay. Just like you have hand and you have legs, you handle your hand and legs differently. Same way, in the materialistic domain and then the spiritual domain. They are actually the both things. The only thing you need is the sense to, how to manage it. So when it comes to the integrity, why I want to say this is, if social media was not there, you'll be on your own. Okay, you'll be on your own. You don't even know some thing as a spiritual process is available. It is same for me also. Okay, because people in the past, they started building the statues of the Buddha, or they have started writing the books on Shiva and many other yogis in the past. That's how we know them as well as misunderstand them. Okay, we know them and we misunderstand them, and that is the reason the significance of the life guru is very very important, and then the integrity of the practices is very very important. So if you are on your own, then you are going to create good for yourself, and you are going to do the bad for yourself. Okay, so good and bad will be limited to you, but when you have a very powerful tool like social media, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever you are using, when you are posting something, it will reach out to a whole lot of people. Okay, so if there is certain limitation or misinformation, then it's going to be a big issue, because it can mislead a lot of people, and it has happened in the past also. Okay, because many things have happened in thousands and thousands of years. The only thing that we can see is a few of the scriptures and a few of the statues and everything. And of course, there are a whole lot of high energy spaces still available, but it has come down through many generations of rulers and different civilizations and everything. So anyone who is very very receptive and aware, it is available for them. But for the rest of the people, they are just following what the crowd says. Okay, and once you start becoming conscious, it becomes very very important that what we say, what we write, and it's better to keep quiet than mislead people or share the misinformation, because the nature of your mind is, your mind does not know like what is right, what is wrong. The mind does not know like what is truth, what is false. It doesn't know anything, because your mind loves the new information. Your mind loves the new information. And why your mind loves new information? Of course, like it is a dopamine and all that kind of stuff is happening in your chemical process. But if you want to know the mechanics, is the more information your mind has, the higher the survival possibility. Okay, the probability of survival is high if you have got more information. If you have less information, then survival rate is very low. So whatever the information you collect from the Instagram or like books, scriptures, or even whatever I'm saying, you might think that, okay, I know it. That is going to like actually mislead you. Like if you don't test it yourself. That is the reason like whatever is coming to you, whether in terms of the books or like from Instagram, including me, or whatever media that is reaching out to you, it is actually slowly programming you. It is slowly programming you, and one day you don't even know that like what you has actually become. And that is the reason like the integrity is very, very important. Okay, so what actually referred by the integrity, just like I said, that if you are on your own, like sitting in a cave doing whatever thing you are doing, or whatever nonsense you are doing, or stupid thing you are doing, like you can do good only to yourself or do bad to yourself. But once you are speaking in the social media, now you have a big, big responsibility, whether you like it or not. That is going to program a whole lot of people, okay, in a subtle ways. So that is the reason like I'll not go into like that kind of thing, like spreading good vibration or something. There's no such thing as like that. Okay, the only thing is sense. Sense is the only important thing, because if you're sensible, you'll become you'll flower like eventually if you are sensible enough. But if you are looking for guidelines like what to do, what not to do, and everything, then you'll become like a table tennis, and then over the tennis, you will be thrown from one side to another, just trying to figure it out, like whether I'll reach there or not. So integrity is very, very important. Why I'm saying this is because, one of the reasons like why we are in the Instagram, at least me, of course, like most of the other people are also for that one, because we want to make spirituality as a mainstream, because a lot of people are struggling, because once they want to go for the ashram or they want to start meditating, their entire family starts getting scared. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so we need to change that mainstream, and that is going to happen only if we have got more content in the internet. But at the same time, like we have to ensure that we are not going to discuss about these subtle aspects of it, which is your like a very subjective experience. Okay, that is why like I've drawn several lines for myself. So if you are like meeting someone, and then like if you know the maturity, spiritual maturity of the another person, you can discuss certain things. That is one way it is completely fine. Because like in that sense, like you should be willing to take the responsibility of the direction of that person's life. But I don't think like anybody is ready to take the responsibility of somebody's life decision, and like where they are going to end up, because this is a big karma. And most of the people don't even realize when they are advising someone that they are taking the responsibility of somebody else's karma. Okay, when you are giving the advice to someone, it really means that like you are taking the charge of the direction of somebody else's life. So that is the reason like in the past the gurus used to initiate only the people we have been tested. Okay, we have been tested and verified, and put through a lot of grueling test, and then finally like they have been done. And in my this yatra and like all this spiritual process, like I've met like so many people, very interesting, very powerful beings on the way, many of them, and they have revealed so many things. you need like a certain kind of balance within yourself, because things are like that. Okay, so that's why like I'm saying that like if you're talking in the open internet where people are logging in and then like I see okay what is happening here and then like they have something else to do. In this kind of situation where like there's no commitment, integrity, or thirst, we cannot share certain things. Okay, that's why like we conduct yatra. But at the same time, like if you are creating some podcasts, Instagram or videos, reels or something, you have to ensure that you maintain the integrity. Okay, it's very very important because there are already like too many misinformation and things that is going to mislead people. So we have to ensure that like just create some posts to inspire people to reach to more people who already know the significance of the yoga. They don't need any inspiration. Okay, they just need a sense, because how many times you are going to inspire them? Let's say like they come to my Instagram account and then they get inspired every day. That's not good. You become slave to my Instagram account. Okay, it's not good. That is not the purpose of this one. We're just like trying to add some fire into like what you are doing. Okay, so if you are fierce yesterday, like you should be even more fierce. Okay? In such a way that like within next few days or like after a few months or something, you should not be thinking about yourself. Okay, you should not be thinking about yourself, because as long as you're thinking about yourself, like there's no spirituality. Of course, you have to think about certain things, managing certain things, but yeah. So, like I said, integrity is very, very important. Integrity basically means like you stick to that one. For example, like if somebody has given something to you, offered something to you in certain kind of intimacy, certain kind of care and something like that, you have to take care of that one, because there are certain things that you have earned, you have deserved, okay, for whatever reason, okay, because it was your prarabdha, it was your willingness, there was a grace of gurus and everything, and that's how like certain things has happened to you, and you have been privileged to receive those kind of information and these kind of things. So in a very close circle also, like you should never discuss this kind of things which has got certain kind of recommendation already, okay, from your guru or like from somebody else. That is what integrity is. Integrity means like in no condition you are never going to do something without play with that one or something like that. So it's very very important that like you stick to that one, okay, because that is how like there are a lot of people like who like to experiment things, okay, and we should be responsible that like we don't leave any loose ends or something like that. So that is the reason like a few things I never shared is like what I experience, what I'm doing within myself, or the sadhana that the guru has given, or how to do the sadhana. These kind of things like it does not really matter, okay, because once you are initiated and everything, like your responsibility is only with your guru, okay, not with other people, okay, because there are already too many misinformation in the internet. We should not make spirituality as a freaky stuff. That is why I always tell people that like if you come on our yatra, we'll open the chakra that you don't even have, okay. So it is a sarcastic remark saying that like people are very much interested with the chakras and everything, but they don't even have control over their emotions, okay. So emotions at least you have, okay. So you need to have some mastery over your emotions, mastery over your thoughts, mastery over your actions, mastery over your decisions and everything. And finally, like you can look into the subtle dimensions of it, because just like I said, like if you don't have enough balance and clarity in your life, if you want to like climb higher, you will be dangerous for yourself and dangerous for others also, unknowingly, because See, physical harm is one thing. Like it is going to happen, may happen. Like unfortunately, like it is going to happen. But after some time, like your body might heal, or maybe after 100 years, the person dies, and then like there's no need for healing or anything because the person is already dead. But whatever the content you have generated in terms of the books or like the social media, or you can find like any form of records that you have done, if it has misinformation, it can live forever also, and it will continue to mislead people, and it has actually done, because most of the people have actually misunderstood the words are the truth. And I was one of those victims. That's why I know the power of the books. It can give you illusion. Okay, same thing, your experiences can also give you the illusion. Okay, so unless you are very, very aware and you don't come into the senses, you can actually get lost into that one. And many people have got lost actually. Maybe like if you are creating, let's say, like one conscious post, we can actually find thousands or like even like hundreds of thousands of like a misleading posts in the internet at the moment. Okay, because it has become like one of the way to popularize yourself. That is how it is. Okay, I'm not here to popularize myself, because like becoming popular is like a lot of it's a lot of like overhead to like the time that I have and everything. But it's great that like it's a privilege that there are at least like a few people like who sees the value in like what we're doing, and it is helping them out. So like that's the only reason like I'm speaking out. Okay, so yeah, so that was the one aspect of it, like maintain integrity in like whatever you are doing. Integrity is very, very important, because the moment you start going sideways, unknowingly, like it will become a habit, and then like you'll think that okay, like everything you can do everything. Okay, so awareness is very, very important, and the sense. Okay, so you guys need like a sense than something else. And I just want to like give few of the updates about the yatras. So we have got upcoming yatras coming up in June. So there are a few yatras in Matatipila, of course. It's known as the Vishuddhi Chakra. Sadhguru has said that one, and many meditators are already visited. So we have opportunity to visit there very soon. Like we have like one spot left. If anybody from the United States or Canada, like, or anybody who can travel, can message me. That is one aspect of it. We also got like the California Yatra. Okay, it's insane. You cannot believe like the power that these places have. Fortunately, like somehow I met like a few akas during the Triple I consecration, so they will be with me through this yatra. So just like I said, like whatever I know and many other beings know, and whatever the akas have known through the yatra, like this should not die with us. Okay, because this is the real thing. Okay, everything else that you are listening here in Instagram is not the real thing. Okay, this is just like just like the symptoms of your headache or something. You might have some problem in the body and it comes out as a headache. It's like that. So we're just telling you that like these things are possible, but these things are the real things. And we're planning for like a few other things also. Like there's a few places in Sedona and everything in Arizona, and I might plan to visit some of the places. Maybe like we'll discuss that afterwards. But the main big thing this year is Kailash is open for the Indian passport holders also. So we'll be going to Kailash. So yeah, Kailash is like a one fascinating place, like where I would like to visit every year. And this time, like we have got a lot of meditators coming with me, so it's going to be really, really amazing. There are a few others happening, like a Nepal Mandala Yatra. Nepal Mandala Yatra is insane. You cannot believe. Okay, I'm not saying because I come from that part of the world, but there are certain things, like people who have been through the yatra, they have known, and I don't want to reveal too many things because some people are like, interested in, okay, what we are going to happen and what is going to happen. It's best that like you do not know anything and then you just come. If you simply come, then extraordinary things are going to happen to you, okay? And that's how like most of the things should be. The only thing that is you need to have a certain trust also, okay? So, and we have got like the Kashi Mandala Yatra and the Siddhars Yatra Panchabhuta Istalam Yatra is also planned. So anybody who wants to visit Sadhguru Shri Brahma ashrams, like 4 of them on the way, 5 element temples, powerful Jiva Samadhis, Ramana Maharshi Ashram Samadhi, and a lot of 9 Mar places, and Patanjali Jiva Samadhi, and like there are a lot of things actually. This is like one crazy space, and we are planning to do within I think 8 days or something, 7 nights and 7 days. It is going to start from Chennai, and it is going to go through the Andhra, and finally it will go all the way to Rameshwaram, and finally go via Palani and end up in the Isha Center. So we're planning for that one. I do not know how long I'll be able to conduct. So I've made a commitment that if nobody joins for this yatra, whatever the yatra people do not join, we'll discontinue that one because it's a lot of logistic overhead and everything, because I need to create time for myself, okay? For myself, for the people who are coming for the yatra. But if nobody cares, it's fine for me, okay? It's fine for me because I don't need this yatra anymore. Yeah, I never needed this yatra for me. So anybody who wants to join for the yatra, please DM me separately. I'll message you. I know inflation is there. You guys are, might be have a lot of things going on in your life, more important than spirituality, and more important than your enlightenment, more important than your moksha. So the only reason we're conducting the yatras is because if the people who know about the yatra goes and coming for the yatra, we can plan for the next year, and that's how all the spiritual processes has actually survived in this world, because they have actually found few people who saw the value on it, okay? So it's just like passing the baton from one group to the another or something like that. But if there is no people that is interested, then I can focus on something else more interesting that I can do myself rather than involving other people. It's a lot of commitment because I need to allocate 2-3 months just to conduct these yatras, leaving my job, family, all the other commitments aside and everything. So the only reason is because Sadhguru also started something known as the Save Temples movement, and not only that, there's a Save Soil is also there. There is a lot of other things, and most of the people who are struggling with the spiritual process actually don't have enough energy support in their system. Okay, and that is the reason whatever should happen within few days or few weeks or few months, it is taking a few years. When I meet people who have been doing sadhana for 10 or 20 years, 30 years, and I don't see any transformation, is only because of that. You have been doing sadhana, but you don't have necessary firepower with you. Let's say you want to travel from from Delhi to Coimbatore, and you can go either by walking, or you can go by a cycle or bike, or you can go by train, or you can go by flight, okay? So it's like that only, okay? So if basically means that if you don't have enough energy support for your sadhana, whatever should happen immediately is going to take forever. It's a sad part because most of the people do not recognize, and realistically also that how many yatras can I conduct in the entire lifetime? It's not possible for me. Okay, so even if like everybody is willing, like it's impossible. But anyway, that would be a good problem to handle. But at the moment, like we have a bad problem to handle because people are satisfied with just words. Okay, and nowadays, like you can just say like I love you. Okay, you don't need to love anybody else. Okay, you just need to say I love you. That is what the integrity I'm talking about. So if you want like make use of the possibility that we have made it open for you guys, again, I'm just a medium. These energy spaces, these temples, these powerful samadhis, they existed even before you and me came. So these are a few of the things we need to keep in mind, and all these kind of things. So these are the yatras. So anybody who is interested in the yatra, you can just DM me. I will not be able to conduct the yatra, every year, like, just hoping for people to join, because this year we thought that maybe if we open up at least like a 1 year beforehand and then give people timeline, they can decide. But we schedule the yatra details even before 1 year beforehand, but still people are still thinking about it. Okay. Because people are still stuck in the fear of missing out. So only towards the end you are going to do it. That is going to bring the cost up. That is going to create a lot of challenges and everything. If you are not sure about what you want, then you are going to create a problem for yourself and problem for other people. So I cannot commit to organizing the yatra by like postponing everything that is happening in my life, and then not even see a single takers. So that is what it is all about. And now so these are the two things. Maintaining the integrity is very, very important. What we are sharing in the internet, you need to be very, 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 very careful. Like if you cannot create, I strongly recommend that you create some organic post and everything, but try avoiding like discussing the subjective things and subtle things. You need to be very, very careful in like dispensing these things and everything. Okay, a lot of people are doing it like and if something is not your first-hand experience or first-hand understanding of it, then you are misleading other people. You should not be doing that, because that will add up to the end of the karma. Okay. Okay, somebody's asking like, anybody can tell me what is happening. So this is one answer can be, this is one of our regular unplanned live session, one thing. The other thing is like the life is happening. Okay, nothing else needs to be done. Just life is happening. Okay, how can we carry with us in every situation in life? Okay, if you want to carry your guru's grace with you every situation in your life, the easiest thing is like make every action like a guru puja. Okay, make every action as offering. So if you do that, like there are 3 ways to live as a seeker. One of the meditators actually called me a few days back, and then trying to ask few things, and then there are like 3 things you can approach life. The first way is like you want to do everything on your own. Okay. The another approach is you want to make use of the resources, energies, or grace of the guru. That is the second approach. And then the third way is you just become the conduit for the guru to function through you. These are the 3 different ways you can do. It applies to the guru, it applies to the deity, it applies to everything else. So these are like 3 different ways you can approach. So if you, at the moment, like nearly 100% of the people, they are approaching the world in the first approach. That is the reason like there's a huge chaos in the world. Okay, it's like insane amount of chaos that is going in the world, only because people want to do everything by themselves. So when you want to do everything by yourself, you are going to struggle. For example, like if we just like, if you say that, okay, I can do everything by yourself. Let's say like we don't give you food. Okay, there's no food in the world. You cannot even survive without the food. Okay. So if you start from there that, without the food you cannot survive. And if you just, expand your awareness and consciousness, you will know that without the oxygen you can survive, without the earth you cannot walk, without the clothes you cannot survive. And if you go with this, you will realize that everything around you and everything inside your body is actually making this life happen for you. So the question that I'm making this life happen is actually false. Okay, so many things things that you don't even know is making this life happen. So this idea that okay, I'm going to do everything by myself is a false idea. So these are just like I mentioned, these are other two different ways to do. The second way is making use of the grace or the Devi or any other higher entities to make things happen. That is also good in certain way, but there are a lot of things. I will not go into certain things. Just like I said, there's a certain integrity. We should not be crossing the line. We should not cross the line because it can mislead a lot of people. People will start flying, okay? They won't get the siddhis, but they will fly in their mind, just like Sadhguru says. So second way is a beautiful way to do, okay? But if you're very sensible enough, you just make yourself the conduit for the Guru or deity, then there will be no complaint in your life, okay? If things are going well in your life, it is fine. If things are not going well in your life, it's also fine, okay? Because the life is such that the night is going to happen, the day is going to happen. Yes, all these things are going to happen, isn't it? We are managing, during the night we are sleeping and during the daytime we are waking up. That's why we are handling that kind of problem. So yeah, so these are the three different ways. So if you make yourself the conduit for the Guru, then he's there all the time. He's every moment. Okay? He's everywhere, because whatever we call as a Guru is not a physical person, but yeah. Okay. Let's look at it. Okay, how to be intense every moment. If you want to become intense every moment, then you just need to have a sense that you can die any moment. For example, let's say tomorrow is your final exam and you have not studied anything. Okay, you have not studied anything. Let's say tomorrow is your final exam. And now you have to prepare for the exam. If you don't care about the result, then you cannot become intense. But if you realize that, okay, tomorrow is the exam and you have to pass anyway, and then you have got a lot of stakes. At least if you are in foreign, let's say you are in US or Australia or some country where living costs are very high and you cannot afford to fail your exam, then intensity is going to become natural. Okay, so that intensity will let you study or try to figure it out, the fastest way how to pass the exam. All that kind of things will happen, and your mind will eventually find the way to become successful. Same way is with intensity. If you see that you can die any moment, then just that sense, if it has to come as a sense, not as the words. If you just come as a sense, then yeah, so you will do everything very intensely, because that can be the final thing you will be doing in your life. Okay, same here, now, great to see you also. Okay, how to become emotionally stable. Don't think about becoming emotionally stable. Learn to make your emotional very sweet, isn't it? Very beautiful. Okay, Sadhguru says that emotions are the juice of your life. Okay, if you make your emotionally stable, it's not good. Make it very beautiful. Okay, include everything. When you look at the flower, you should be you should be able to forget everything. Okay, so do you want to become a black and white life, or you want to become colorful life? You want to become colorful life, isn't it? That is the entire reason. The life, you have taken this body. You have taken this body because you wanted to experience life. You didn't want it to, forget life. So I think you might be asking the question because when you have, let's say, you got married with someone, or you are studying, you have not studied for the exam, or or you have invested money somewhere, and now the person you loved does not look at you, or like they are now dating somebody else, or you cannot study the exam on time, or whatever the business you have spent the money, like you have lost all the money, or somebody betrayed you, and then now you become very angry, and then all that kind of stuff. Okay. So if you're asking from that context, the first thing you need to understand, just like as Sadhguru says, yoga hasta kura karmani, which basically means establish in the yoga and then act, which basically means, Sadhguru also uses the another word, which means that profoundness of experience and impact. Okay. So if you are not established in profoundness of experience, or you are not established so that like you are naturally joyful by yourself, that you are happy by yourself, you are joyful by yourself, you are blissful by yourself, you are ecstatic by yourself, then if you are not in that state, then whatever is happening around you is going to control you. Okay. And you become slave to them. And that is the reason like many people who get married, like they are very scared. Who have invested money in the business, they are very scared. People who study, they become very scared. They are thinking that what is going to happen in the future. It has happened to me also, okay, without any reason. Because when I was working in Bangalore, like I was working at like a very good company, and my salary was good. Like people, my society, everybody was telling that like I was doing great. But somewhere within me, like it was like that. It has happened because you thought like maybe you might thought that okay, whatever you desired is going to fulfill your experience, but life does not work that way, because the moment you fulfill that desire, the desire is going to multiply. Okay, it's going to multiply, and because it is not because desire, it is about you. Okay, we have actually like saw that we have made our desire more important than ourselves. Okay, that is the reason like we are struggling a lot. If you are established yourself in what we call as a yoga, or whatever you want to say, I'll not go use like too many heavy words, because people are going to look into different ways. But once you are established in the practice, or you are blissful or ecstatic by yourself, then whatever you do, like you will do very sensibly. Okay, because you can only do the best you can. Okay, for example, like let's say I can run only 10 kilometers. If you want to run like 100 kilometers, then you are going to suffer, isn't it? Yes, yeah. Because your capability is not to run the 100 kilometers. Okay, your capability is only to run 10 kilometers. That's why we also need to know our limits, and we need to know our limitations and possibilities, and that's how we need to work. But if you want to become very emotionally established, if you want the solution, like do your sadhana regularly, like visit the ashram, stay there for some time, until you do not arrive to, not stable, but you should be like exploding. Okay, just by sitting in one place, you are exploding with ecstasies and everything whenever you want. Then you will not be worrying about the emotionally stable, because you can be joyful all the time. Okay. Certain things are going to happen in life, like not everything is going to go our way, but they are just hiccups. For example, like whatever you thought was the worst thing that has happened 10 years back, if you just look into that one, that thing does not actually have a control over you right now. Okay, you'll just laugh that okay, this thing has happened. Even if I just sit down and think whatever the things has happened in my life, like it's never a joyride. Okay, there have been so many struggles, like a problem, challenges, stupid things that I've done and everything. It's there in the in my past, but if I look at now, like they are no longer the problem. Okay, those were a few of the events. Okay, so everybody will go through these events and everything, but the thing is like just come to that state where you are not the slave of the actional things, and then finally then you can continue. Okay, otherwise like you will become slave forever. If you love becoming a slave, that's a different thing altogether. But yeah. Okay, for the Yatra information, please DM me. Okay, what is the difference between silver copper ring and silver one? There's a gold one is also there. There's no difference between them. Like the only difference is the metal. So like what metal it is being used, either the gold, silver, or copper. The one I'm using, the silver, is because I have allergies with the copper ring. Okay. It's not like that I can afford it or I cannot afford it or something like that. The only reason I'm wearing the silver is because when I was wearing the copper ring, like when I sweat, I used to have like some kind of itch, or I used to have some allergic reaction with my skin. That is the reason like I'm wearing a snake ring. Okay. So there's no difference between either of that. Like whichever works for you, you can use that. Okay, so if you are struggling with your sadhana or whatever you want to achieve in your life, then go to the ashram or start doing volunteering and commit yourself for at least a mandala. Okay, you have to force it. Okay, you have to force it. Okay, without forcing it, it's not going to happen initially. Okay, you have to force it. Like your mind is going to say, "This is not the thing to do." You simply do it. You just continue. That is the meaning of commitment and integrity. Okay, and if you want to progress faster, you have to maintain the same kind of diet, and you have to do the sadhana exactly at the same time every day. Okay, only then like you can progress further. Otherwise, it's not good. Okay, I don't know like whether people who have asked the question like they are still here or not, but. So if you're asking about the sadhana, like there's a whole list of the sadhana I do. Like there's of course, like when I'm busy and everything, like I limit into few of the practices. I'll not go into that one because that's a different thing. But if you have full time, you do Bhuta Shuddhi, Guru Puja, and then you do Surya Shakti, Surya Kriya, Yogasanas, and then Sakti Chalana Kriya, Shambhavi, and Shunya. And if you have time, like you can also integrate Bhakti Sadhana. You can do like a Devi Stuti. You can do Devi Dandam, Devi Arati. You can also do Achala Arpanam, which is very, very powerful. But like use the video on the YouTube, okay? How to do the Achala Arpanam. There's a long 15 minutes, I think like a 15 to 13 minutes video, like which is going to be very, very useful for you. There are like a lot of other things also, okay? So the main objective of the sadhana, if you ask in the nutshell, is to maintain your awareness, okay? Maintain your awareness, and not only maintain your awareness, it should be cranking up, okay? It should crank up, okay? At the moment, like if you cannot maintain the awareness. For example, here, like I can see a lot of people are coming into the live and then they are leaving. That basically means they cannot maintain. Okay. So maintaining is very, very important. That is the reason, like before the dhyana and samadhi comes the dharana. Dharana comes from the word dharan. Okay, dharan basically means like if I'm wearing this rudraksh, if I say like I'm doing the dharan of the rudraksh, or like you are doing the dharan of the rudraksh, that basically means whether I'm sleeping, bathing, walking, everywhere, it is with me all the time. That basically means your sadhana should be able to support you to maintain that awareness level, the highest conscious level that you have experienced so far. You should be able to maintain that. And as long as you are not able to maintain it, you have to strive. Okay, just like I mentioned, like it doesn't take like a few years or anything. If you just do consistently for a few months, it can happen. Okay. Yeah, I do Hatha Yoga also. Yeah, I do Shambhavi also, like at least one time. Okay. Okay, and also, can you share your diet? Like if you're looking for the food, I always integrate raw food, so groundnuts and honey you can take in the morning. Like honey you can take. You can take a few of the. Let me show you a few of the things that I have here next to my place. So one of the thing is I've got the capsules for the neem and turmeric, and I've got like a honey also, so very good. And I've got like a groundnuts, peppercorns, and moong, green moong dal, like which you can soak it and then you can eat it. That is like a very powerful, and like a fruits you have to include. Okay, so yeah, so these are the things I integrate, and integrate like some raw food and cook the food in the water. Okay, that is the best thing you can do. Like don't use any kind of oil. If you need oil, like you can use like dry fruits. Okay, like almonds and not the almonds. Almonds also has got, you need to soak it and everything. For example, like cashew nuts and other kind of dry fruits you can use to fulfill the need of your oil. But when you are cooking the food, like it's best not to use oil, because it is found that whatever the oil you are using, like it will slowly block your arteries and everything. Okay, and it is, the research shows that like within nowadays, like people are getting their arteries blocked within the age of like 40, 50 easily. Okay, so people who used to get the arteries blocked at the age of 60, 70 or something, now people are getting at the age of like 50 or even like 40 also. Like if you have a lot of habit of eating fast food and very greasy food, like, and especially paneer is the most dangerous thing. If you use a lot of paneer, then you are, like blocking your arteries very quickly. So cook your food in the water. Okay, like I've been doing that for months and everything. It's really, really good. Okay, you don't even know or taste that it has been cooked and everything. So you can use the water to cook your food. It's going to be really nice. So yeah, like include the fruits and everything. But just like Sadhguru says that like use 50% raw food and 50% cooked food is good for people with the daily activity. Okay. And as Sadhguru says, like don't take it as a religion. Okay, food should not be taken as a religion. Look like what you are allergic into it, what you are not allergic into it. I know like there are certain food that is allergic to me, so I avoid them. Okay, so you didn't know. So why is it so difficult to wake up early? So because you are not doing enough sadhana. If you do a lot of sadhana, then your body will sync up with the cycles of the earth and moon. Okay, so once it is synced up with the planet, when the planet comes alive, the body will also come alive. It will have so much energy. You cannot believe, like I just slept around like at 2 a.m. in the night, and then like I woke up around like 6. Okay, today, I'm saying today because like yesterday there was something, because that reason like I was unable to go to bed early. You can not only that, like you can control the way how you are sleeping also. Okay, there are a lot of things, but I'll not go into that one, because again this is going to lead to misunderstanding. So you need to sleep as much as your body demands, but if you want to reduce the quota of your sleep, just grind yourself, or you grind your sadhana. Okay, you need to grind. Without grinding, nothing is going to happen. So for the Hatha Yoga questions and everything, please speak with the Hatha Yoga teachers. But if you want to take some opinion, I'm not talking about this one, but you need to understand that every person's physical body, their karmic structure and everything is unique. So because of that reason, like you have to see like what is working for you, what is not working for you. Like if you are facing any challenges, you need to speak with the teacher and see like if you can continue or not. Okay. Because like we cannot try to fit everybody through the same hole. Okay. Okay, I got a question that like Anna is struggling to see that the people are hating his guru, and then it pains him a lot and everything. If it is happening to you, then you have actually like misunderstood the world. You have misunderstood the world and everything. Okay, so it has happened to me also in the past when I was not established in my sadhana and practices and everything. Again, like it sounds like a very straightforward and everything. What you need to keep in mind is again, whatever I'm saying, you should take it from a particular perspective. You have to handle it in a certain way. So what you need to keep in mind is when some people are saying certain things bad to you, or like somebody about you, or like whatever you are doing or something, that is because of the limited understanding they have. Okay, and you cannot change it. Okay, you have to understand that one. That is the whole reason in the beginning, like I told the integrity, that what kind of things we are sharing in the internet and what kind of things we should not be sharing in the internet. We should be like very, very conscious about that one. So people who are saying certain kind of things, or like they are making certain kind of remarks, they do not know. Okay, or they might know that, and then like they are still doing for certain agenda. You don't have any control over them. Okay, that is one aspect of it. But now you becoming angry, furious, and poisoning yourself with all that kind of emotion. It's not good for you, isn't it? So basically, like if you are getting angry, that is what they wanted. Okay, they wanted to trigger you, and they become successful. So you should not be giving control over them. So then what you should do? There are two things you can do. The first thing is you need to change your Instagram icon first. This is the same thing I told last time also. Okay, so change with something like what you want in your life. Okay, it should be reflecting with whatever you want. Okay, because whatever you are doing in your life and whatever is around you is going to program you. Okay, it is going to program you in a way you don't even know. Okay, so first thing is, just like I mentioned, don't let other people trigger you. That is the first thing. Learn to ignore. Another thing is, if people are doing certain things, saying certain things, there are two things. One thing is, the ashram is fully capable of handling these kind of things. The best thing you can do is creating organic posts that explains the benefits of the practices or the programs that the guru has actually given to you. Okay, you can make like videos. Okay, how many videos you have made? You have to ask yourself a question. Okay, at the moment I can see like it's very rare few people are actually coming out and creating the videos based on the benefits they have from the yoga they are doing. Okay, we need more people. Okay, we need more and more people doing that. It's not a difficult thing. It's just like if 10 people are going to create videos, at least like their family members are going to see. Okay, but at the moment like we're not doing it, but we get like emotionally sensitive and everything. This is not the right thing. So the ashram is fully capable of handling anything. If some people intentionally cross the lines, but there are a lot of people like who are either misinformed or like they don't have like enough information. So for them, like they think that like they are doing the right thing. Okay, so that is the reason like the responsibility we have is to create more content, to raise more and more awareness. Okay, because if you just get angry and frustrated and everything, one thing is like they are winning. This is what they wanted, and another thing is you are just like burning your own energies. Okay, it's a self-defeating process. I've been through that road. Okay, because don't do that to yourself. Okay, first of all, like change your Instagram, emoji and everything. Like that does not reflect on like what you want. Okay, so if you want to craft where your life has to go and everything, that means like you have to program everything very subtle ways, everything subtle ways. Why we are wearing Rudraks, why Sadhguru has given this ring is because every day, at least like when you see this ring, it at least reminds you that like, the possibilities Sadhguru has given to you, even if you are not doing sadhana, isn't it? At least you have that intention with you. So you have to program everything around you, everything. Like if you are like a fully established within yourself, then just like Sadhguru says, like even if you go to heaven or hell, like it doesn't really matter. But it's different. I understand. Like there will be a lot of people like who can trigger you. Okay, that's the way it is. But you should not become victim of that one. Okay, you need to play the sensible role. About the sadhana and everything, please speak with Ishangas and Isha teachers and brahmacharis, mas and swamis, like if they are available. You should not be talking about your sadhana with anyone random in the internet. Okay, don't do that to yourself. Don't share anything with anyone. This is not the right thing to do. What you actually refer as a sadhana is very sacred. Okay, it's a very sacred thing. It has a power to transform you, and if you don't maintain the integrity, like it can actually damage also. So it should be handled with very, very care. Okay. It is very simply just like the car also. If you know how to drive a car properly, it can take you places. If you do not know how to ride a car, then it can create problems. Okay. It's a tool. So please use it sensibly. Okay, I'm not aware about the this abhyanga and everything, like massaging and everything, or any of the Ayurvedas and everything. I didn't practice, so unfortunately, I cannot answer that question. Like it is best, like you speak with the specialist, someone. Okay. Okay, I have a question that, like, is it better to leave the social media to stay away from the unconscious problem? You cannot do that. If you are thinking that, like, you want to run away from the family, like many people has attempted, and they have actually started building a family in the ashrams, monasteries, and everywhere, like we can see. Okay, so. Living the social media, like if you can leave it, like that's really good. It's the best thing you can do. Okay, to yourself and then leave. But one of the thing is you are going to miss out. You are going to miss out like a lot of things. Okay. You are going to miss out a lot of things. For example, the possibilities of Instagram or like anything, because Instagram is a great source of information. There are a lot of things that you can learn about. You can keep it, track of like where Sadhguru is going and other things. It has got like both pros and cons. We just need to learn like how to filter them out and how to use it. Okay, Vishalana, like I've already answered your question, but I think like you actually ran away and then you just came back. So yeah, you just need to watch this video. So that you'll be able to find that answer. Okay, this is what it is nowadays. Okay, so again, I don't blame you. It's the way 21st century is like that. Okay, how to overcome animal instinct like sexuality? So this has actually first thing, whatever you are referring animal instinct and everything is a survival process. Okay, so. You have to learn to manage it because we live in a society, so there are many different ways to handle it. So you have to learn to manage it. It's just like the hunger also. If you are hungry, then what you need to do? Okay, if you are hungry, like your family is going to give you food. If that is not possible, you can go to the temple to get the food if they do not give it, or you have to plan ahead. Okay, if I'm going to get hungry, then I need to find some job and you have to eat the food and everything. That is one way of doing it. And the thing is like if that kind of attraction is there towards the opposite sex and everything, better like get married. That is one way of managing that things. Otherwise, but you should be sure that like okay, you need a relationship and family and everything. But now if you are talking from the perspective of a seeker or something, you just get busy. Okay. You just get busy with the volunteering, you get busy with your sadhana, you get busy with your work, you get busy with your travel, you get busy with your exercises and everything. Then like whatever you actually call as a survival instinct will not come into the play. Okay? If you have too much free time, then everything is going to become a problem. Okay? So just get busy. Okay? You cannot overcome like that. Okay? It will be always be there, but the only thing what you need to keep in mind is you need to know that like it is sensible thing to do or not. Okay. So for example, like where you live, like there might be a lot of things that you hate are happening around them. Okay. You just need to learn to ignore it. Okay. If you don't learn to ignore it, then like it is going to, swallow you up. Okay, I think like that is enough for today. I can see that like many people came in and like left and everything. That has been the ways it has been, but that is completely fine. So we discussed about the for the people like who are still here, we discussed about the integrity, and we discussed about the yatras, and we try to answer like a few of the questions. So yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for joining in today, and yeah, just hold on to your sadhana. Namaskaram, everyone.